Hey Marvel fans, welcome back to the channel. Thus today we're diving deep into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 and exploring how this epic show connects to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you're a fan of the MCU, you'll love seeing how S.H.I.E.L.D. ties into the world of the Avengers, filling in the gaps and answering some burning questions we had from the movies. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. follows a team led by the one and only Agent Phil Coulson. You probably remember Coulson as the unshakable S.H.I.E.L.D. agent from the Avengers, but there's just one little problem. Coulson died in that movie, so how is he alive and leading a team? Well, that's where the mystery begins, and the show starts bridging connections with the MCU right off the bat. In this video, we're going to break down the biggest ways that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 connects with the MCU movies. From the mystery of Coulson's return to major tie-ins with Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, the Winter Soldier, there's a lot to unpack. So, let's jump right in. Let's start with one of the biggest connections to the MCU in Season 1, the return of Agent Phil Coulson.
Welcome to Level 7.
As you might remember, Coulson's tragic death in the Avengers played a huge role in motivating Earth's mightiest heroes to come together and defeat Loki. So it was a total shock to fans when he popped back up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. alive and well. Of course, the biggest question on everyone's mind was, how did he survive? Throughout the season, Coulson mentions that he was in Tahiti.
Tahiti. It's a magical place.
But he can't remember much else about how he recovered. All we get are hints, like his strange flashbacks and some cryptic comments from his S.H.I.E.L.D. colleagues. It's almost as if something or someone brought him back, but at what cost? In the MCU, the decision to bring Coulson back wasn't just a clever way to introduce fans to the series. It actually sets up a much bigger storyline. Coulson's resurrection isn't just a secret. It's something that even he doesn't fully understand. Throughout the season, we get clues that something happened to him that's beyond regular medicine or science.
He really doesn't know, does he?
We can never know.
And if you're thinking it might have to do with alien tech, or even the Kree, you're on the right track. In bringing back Coulson, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't just give us another familiar face from the movies. It introduces a mystery that's both thrilling and unsettling, hinting at a darker side of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the extremes they're willing to go to protect humanity. In the world of the MCU, we see that sometimes not even death is what it seems. Now let's look at some of the most exciting direct connections between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 and the Marvel movies we know and love. The show doesn't just operate in its own world. It actively links up with the events in Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, and especially Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Each of these tie-ins shows how S.H.I.E.L.D. is everywhere, cleaning up, controlling, and sometimes containing the chaos left behind by our favorite heroes. First, we have Iron Man 3. In the third episode, The Asset, Coulson and his team face off with a scientist using the dangerous Extremis serum. If you remember, Extremis is the same serum developed in Iron Man 3, which gave its users super strength, but also an explosive instability. Seeing S.H.I.E.L.D. dealing with the aftermath of this technology shows us how their work picks up right where the Avengers leave off, handling dangerous threats that can't just be destroyed. Next, there's Thor, the Dark World. In the episode called The Well, we follow Coulson's team as they investigate an Asgardian relic left behind after Thor's battle in London. The Asgardian technology has a strange effect on anyone who touches it, and it's up to S.H.I.E.L.D. to stop it from falling into the wrong hands. This is where we get a real sense of S.H.I.E.L.D's role as the cleanup crew, picking up the pieces from these epic showdowns and keeping alien artifacts from causing even more chaos on Earth. But the most jaw-dropping connection comes when Captain America, the Winter Soldier, hits theaters. In that film, we learn that Hydra has been operating inside S.H.I.E.L.D. all along. This twist shakes the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 feels that impact immediately. Coulson and his team are thrown into chaos as they realize that the organization they trusted has been compromised by Hydra. Suddenly, they're on the run, fighting for their lives and their principles, just like Cap in The Winter Soldier. This isn't just a small reference. It's a complete game changer that transforms Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from a simple spy show into a high-stakes survival story. Coulson's team has to figure out who they can trust, all while navigating a shattered world where their own agency has turned against them. It's a powerful, direct tie to the movie, showing the real impact of Hydra's betrayal and adding a whole new layer to what we saw on the big screen. These tie-ins aren't just clever nods to the movies, they're essential moments that deepen our understanding of the MCU. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. brings us into the aftermath of these epic battles, showing us what it's like to be on the ground when the heroes move on, but the danger remains. Now let's talk about some of the most exciting appearances in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. While Coulson and his team are all fantastic, the show brings in a few familiar faces from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that really reinforce its connection to the movies we love. These cameos and guest stars don't just add excitement, they actually help move the story forward and deepen our understanding of S.H.I.E.L.D. itself. First up, we have none other than the legendary Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson. Fury makes an appearance in the season finale, stepping in at a critical moment to help Coulson and his team. At a time when S.H.I.E.L.D. is in total chaos thanks to Hydra's infiltration, Fury's presence reminds us of his importance in the organization and his trust in Coulson to take charge. It's a powerful scene that reminds us Fury is still out there, watching over S.H.I.E.L.D., even when everything seems lost. We also get a guest appearance from Maria Hill, played by Kobe Smulders. She pops up a couple of times in Season 1, bringing her loyalty and no-nonsense attitude straight from the movies to the small screen. Maria is Fury's right hand, and having her check in on Coulson's team shows that S.H.I.E.L.D. HQ is always keeping a close eye on his work and maybe even holding back a few secrets. But it's not just S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who make appearances. The show also brings in characters from the more cosmic side of the MCU. In Season 1, we see a storyline involving an Asgardian relic, and later Asgardian characters start showing up, like Lady Sif, a close ally of Thor. Seeing Lady Sif on Earth and interacting with Coulson's team connects us back to the Asgardian storylines from Thor and Thor, the Dark World, and it reminds us that S.H.I.E.L.D. is dealing with threats from every corner of the Marvel Universe, not just Earth. These guest appearances are more than just cameos. They're key moments that show how interconnected the MCU really is. Nick Fury, Maria Hill, and even Asgardians like Lady Sif reinforce the show's place within the larger Marvel Universe, while reminding fans that the threats S.H.I.E.L.D. faces are just as big and just as dangerous as what the Avengers are dealing with. With each appearance, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gives us the sense that the world of Marvel isn't just for superheroes, it's also for the agents, spies, and regular people working behind the scenes. And these familiar faces bring a level of authenticity and excitement to the show that fans of the MCU absolutely love. One of the coolest things about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is how it doesn't just tie into the existing Marvel Cinematic Universe, it actually expands it, introducing new concepts and laying the groundwork for future storylines across the MCU. Throughout Season 1, we see Coulson and his team encountering mysterious artifacts and alien technology, some of which come directly from events in the movies, while others bring in fresh ideas and hints of what's to come. From Chitauri remnants left behind after the Battle of New York to relics from Asgardian warriors, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. digs into what happens after the big battles, exploring how humanity handles these strange new elements. And then there's Coulson's own story, which teases the existence of alien species well before they were fully introduced in the MCU.
Been compromised.
Season 1 begins to drop hints about the Kree, an alien race that becomes central in Guardians of the Galaxy, and later Captain Marvel. This foreshadowing shows how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. connects us not just to the MCU's present, but to its future as well. We also start seeing the groundwork for another major element in the Marvel Universe, the Inhumans. While the show doesn't dive deep into this storyline in Season 1, it subtly introduces the concept of powered individuals who are different from superheroes. This concept sets the stage for the Inhuman storyline that would later become a key part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. By exploring these strange artifacts, alien references, and powered individuals, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. becomes a bridge to the larger, more cosmic side of the MCU. It adds depth to Marvel's world-building, showing that there's much more going on than what we see on the big screen. This way, the show gives Marvel fans a deeper understanding of the universe, piece by piece. So, while the Avengers save the world in theaters, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 reveals what lies beyond, expanding the lore and giving fans even more reasons to stay tuned to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, there you have it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 isn't just a standalone show. It's a dynamic piece of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, tying into the movies we love while adding rich new layers to Marvel's storytelling. From Agent Coulson's mysterious resurrection to epic cameos and connections with films like Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, and Captain America, The Winter Soldier, the show proves that even the people behind the scenes are crucial to keeping our world safe. Through Coulson's journey, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. explores what it really means to be part of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's not just about fighting aliens or stopping supervillains. It's about loyalty, sacrifice, and facing the unknown with courage. For every battle the Avengers win, there's a team like Coulson's working in the shadows, cleaning up, protecting, and sometimes even rebuilding from scratch. So, whether you're a longtime Marvel fan or just starting out, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is worth a watch, especially if you want to see how the little pieces fit into the MCU's bigger picture. This show doesn't just expand Marvel's world, it gives us a look at the unsung heroes working to keep that world safe. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Marvel breakdowns. And let us know in the comments what's your favorite connection between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the MCU. Until next time, keep watching, and we'll see you in the Marvel Universe.